Read with me.
Chapter 42. The old man was uptown again before breakfast, but couldn't get no track of Tom, and both of them sat at the table thinking, and not saying nothing, and looking mournful, and their coffee getting cold, and not eating anything. And by the old man says, "Did I give you the letter?" "What letter?" "The one I got yesterday out of the post office." "No, you didn't give me no letter." "Well, I must have forgot it." So he rummaged his pockets, and then went off somewheres where he had laid it down, and fetched it, and gave it to her. She says, "Why, it's from St. Petersburg. It's from Sis." I allowed another walk would do me good, but I couldn't stir. But before she could break it open, she dropped it and run, for she sees something, and so did I. It was Tom Sawyer on a mattress, and that old doctor, and Jim in her calico dress, with his hands tied behind him, and a lot of people. I hid the letter behind the first thing that come handy and rushed. She flung herself at Tom, crying, and says, "Oh, he's dead, he's dead, I know he's dead." And Tom, he turned his head a little and muttered something or other, which showed he warn't in his right mind. Then she flung up her hands and says, "He's alive, thank God, and that's enough." And she snatched a kiss of him and flew for the house to get the bed ready, and scattered orders right and left at the niggers and everybody else as fast as her tongue could go, every jump of the way. I followed the man to see what they was going to do with him, and the old doctor and Uncle Silas followed after Tom into the house. The men was very huffy, and some of them wanted to hang Jim for an example to all the other niggers around there, so they wouldn't be trying to run away like Jim done and making such a raft of trouble, and keeping the whole family scared most to death for days and nights. But the others said, "Don't do it. It wouldn't answer at all. He ain't our nigger, and his owner would turn up and make us pay for him sure." So that cooled them down a little, because the people that's always the most anxious for to hang a nigger that ain't done just right is always the very ones that ain't the most anxious to pay for him when they've got their satisfaction out of him. They cussed Jim considerable, though, and gave him a cuff or two sides to the head once in a while, but Jim never said nothing, and he never let on to know me.
Like and subscribe.